Hey everybody, it's Neil from 2AF. Got a bunch of guns out here today. We're going to talk about something kind of specific, but you know, not really specific. While we are going to be talking mostly about the optics on these guns, kind of the theme of what I'm talking about is going to be good for just about anything that you want to apply it to. But over the last couple of months, I've been using this gun in particular quite a bit. Starting with probably November. Yeah, November. I used this gun at the FDCC match. God, it poured rain. Poured rain. It was terrible all day. After that, I took it out again. Oh, actually, one time before that, I took it out to just check zero, especially on the laser, because we had a night match that was coming up. I wanted to make sure everything was good, and it was raining that day. Then actually the night match got postponed because it was raining, and it got postponed to a few weeks later after I had a Kyle DeFore class, which was just last weekend. And so I shot it all through that class, and it was raining on the first day of class pretty much all morning. And then we had the night match, and after training day one, they had the night match, and so I shot this gun again. But this whole video is kind of coming up because I posted a picture of the EoTech, and so you can kind of see that delaminated glass there. That was really the problem. And some people really, they lost their crap because they were saying, man, look at his screws. Your screws are so rusted. You must not take care of your stuff. No wonder it's falling apart. And I thought people said some really wild stuff. That's what kind of inspired me to do this video. Now, first of all, not really mad at EoTech, right? So this is not an unknown problem. It happens. I'm finding out that heat and humidity can certainly cause it, and wet. And so we've had all of that. You know, I'm here in Florida, and it's hot and humid all the time. And shooting it in the rain probably didn't help. It is an 8-year-old optic. I said it was 9 years old, but really when I took it off, the date on the bottom was December 2015. So really, it's 8 years and 1 month old. So it's still under warranty. I got in touch with EoTech. They're going to take care of it. They are going to charge me $78, but that's exactly what it says on their website. After 5 years, they charge you. So in any case, really back to these screws, right? So I don't think these screws are really rusted. I think that the finish on them has kind of turned a purplish rust color, right? So they're not necessarily black, but I wouldn't say that that is a rusted screw at all. Really, that's neither here nor there. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what some people, like one guy was like, the optic's 9 years old, it's probably time to replace it, right? Some people were like, you abuse your gear. I use it a good bit. I get out, it's not always nice. I'm not always shooting from the bench. In fact, I'm rarely shooting from the bench. I'm usually moving around. You know, my guns, sometime when they go in the car, they just kind of get put in the back of the truck. So they're not in a case. So, you know, they get bumped around with stuff a little bit, but man, I would not consider to be abuse. I'm not the guy, I mean, as you can tell from this, I'm not the guy who cleans the gun after every single time they use it, but they get cleaned when they need it. And they run really well. Jesus, I mean, I think that's really a true testament is how well the guns run for me. So let's move on, right? So we've got EoTech EXPS3-0 from December 2015, right? Out of all of the optics that are out here, that is the newest one. And it is going back for repair. Like I said, not mad at EoTech. That happens sometimes. There's another optic out here I had to send back once, and we'll talk about that when I get there. But let's take a look here. Mark 18 Motto, right? It's got a aim point. I think that is the M3 model. I can tell you 100% for sure that's not a Pro model. It is before the Pro. I don't think it's an M2, but I think it's an M3. So I'm pretty sure this aim point is an M2 model, probably from somewhere around 2008, 2007 time frame. I'm pretty sure, right? And you know, 100%, no problems here. No problems here. Let's see if you can see anything here. Yeah, turns on just fine, plenty bright, right? Aim point, 0 problems, right? Probably somewhere around 15 years old-ish, right? Loophole on the Mark 12. This is a very EXPS3 model, 3.5 to 10 by 40. I bought it used in probably 2002, 2003 time frame. So over 20 years old, right? Precision optic. This one's probably been used a lot. I think it's my oldest gun out here. It's not the oldest gun out here, but it's my oldest gun out here. So it's the one I've had the longest. And I mean, you can see it's been knocked around a little bit, but 0 problems, you know. Glass is good. Glass is good. I mean, you probably can't, oh man, maybe you can see the reticle there. That's not too bad. In any case, you know, 0 problems. 20+ year old, loopholed, precision optic, no problems. Been used more than this one for sure. Over twice as old as this one for sure. Almost 3 times as old, you know. No problems. And you should expect that. You should expect it not to have any problems. Recce gun, right? Night Force, 2.5 to 10 by 24 with actually the Dr. Optic that's on top of there is even older, right? So now, in truth, I did send that optic back, but it was not for warranty. It was because it had a MOA-based reticle and MOA-based knob, and I want it changed to mil, and Night Force changed it for me. They charged me for it. It wasn't a warranty thing. It was just because I wanted it changed, and so they changed it. Works well. The Dr. Optic on top. Let's see if you can see. There's the dot. Yeah, you can see the dot that's on there. Dr. Optic works fine. Same thing, you know. Dr. Optic's probably been knocked around a little bit. So is the Night Force, but no problems. That one's easily over 10 years old. The Dr. Optic is probably closer to 20 years old. Schmidt & Bender short dot, right? That's probably from 06 time frame, 05 time frame, something like that. Same thing, you can see on the knobs, you know, that is not a brand new scope. It's been used, had the battery changed who knows how many times, but no problems, right? We're good here. Good here. Let's see if you can see the dot in there, see if that still works or if it even has a battery. Yeah, there's your dot. Everything's good to go. Everything's copacetic on this, right? So another Schmidt & Bender precision optic, probably 15 years old. No issues at all. Trijicon ACOG, right? So we've got probably from early, this is early 2000s. I had this one probably before 2002. The tritium that's in there is probably either really low or burnt out, but that's to be expected. But everything else, 100%. Trijicon always had a thing where, especially on the early ones, the tube would crack up here, but that was really just superficial. The fiber optic that was on the inside was protected. Right, so yeah, You can't really, I doubt I'm going to get the focus on that, but 100%, no problems. And now finally, on the Gordy clone, Aimpoint 3000 model. So they stopped making that model in the mid-90s, early to mid-90s. This one's probably, I mean, so best case scenario, this is from like the early mid-90s. There's a good chance that it's from the 80s at some point. Now here's the one that I had to send back. This is a probably 40-year-old optic. And inside the battery box here, I think it was one of the springs or something like that had come loose or collapsed or whatever. I sent it back to Aimpoint, and they fixed it, 0 problems, no questions. Sent it back, new battery, everything was good to go. So we've got an Aimpoint 3000, it's probably from the 80s at some point. Still working fine. Buy good stuff and expect it to work. Don't make excuses for it. If something goes wrong, expect the company to help you out. If they don't, take that into consideration. Take that into consideration and go from there. So, like I said, we're talking specifically about optics, but you can kind of take that and apply it to anything we're talking about here. Any of these guns, any of the rails, the optics, of course, we're talking about. Get good stuff, expect it to last a long time. I haven't really bought much new gun stuff at all for myself in a while, and really it's because I don't have to. I mean, there's a bunch of guns here. These will probably all outlast me, as they should. I shoot them all kind of in rotation. You know, if I haven't shot that one in a while, I'll take it to the match. If I haven't shot that one in a while. Honestly, some of these other ones I don't shoot that, like especially these two right here. I don't really shoot them that much at all, but I still do shoot them. You know, even the battle rifle here, that's the Knights Armament SR25BR with the SR25 QD suppressor. It's almost like a collectible museum piece, if you will. You can't replace, this is irreplaceable stuff that's on here. But, you know, I don't really get guns to collect fully. You know, I can't say, obviously, I collect guns. But I got to shoot them, too. This one even, I probably shot this one twice last year. Not a bunch, but still probably shot it twice. And if you get good stuff, you should be able to expect it to work well, even if you're not shooting just off the bench, couple of mags every range trip. So man, that's it. That's all I got for you. Again, it's Neil from 2AF. Follow us on Instagram or YouTube, depending on which one you're on right now. The page is the same, 2AF_com, COM. And man, Instagram's been pretty brutal lately. We lost our page of 10 years or so last year, right around this time. Instagram's being so finicky lately. I would be sad but not surprised if we lost it again. So there is a backup page, 2AFCOM. If you're not already following that, get on there as well in case something happens to that Instagram page. All right, man, that's all I got for you. Don't forget to go on 2AF.com and sign up for email notifications so you can find out about what's going on over here, stuff that's coming in, stuff that's going out, what's going on. And we hope to see you soon. Thanks, man.